Welcome to Mainline Executive Coaching ACT, which stands for And Cultural Transformation, featuring Master Certified Executive Coaches Maikel Bailey and Rich Barron. With over 50 years of executive leadership and coaching between them, they will be able to bring you the most relevant topics impacting leaders today. Brought to you by Intelligent Leadership Executive Coaching, the world's top executive coaching brand. Once again, thank you and enjoy today's show.
Here we go, folks. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. This is Executive Coaching, Mainline Executive Coaching ACT. And we are all about helping those executive leaders make great organizations, take the people that they have, turn them into great leaders, turn businesses that are great now and turn them into even greater businesses. And what's the key to that? That's what we're going to be talking about. What's the key to making great businesses become even greater? So we've got Rich and Maikel here today. We've got a wonderful guest with us, Donna Tarantino. She's joined us and she's going to be sharing a lot of great insights, personal experiences as a leader and as a consultant, as also as a coach, about how do you create this wonderful relationship and connection between leadership and people that are providing customer service in your company. So let's start there. Let's start right there. Donna, here we go. Talk to us about leadership and customer service and that relationship that leads to the customer, taking care of the customer.
You know, I think customer service, being a customer-centric organization, is key to success because the customer is the end user. You're providing a service or a product that will help them, so you want to make sure it's an easy, great experience for them. So it's important within the organization that those that are interfacing with the customer, who are speaking directly with the customer, have the right customer service skills and leadership skills to build that foundation, to build that relationship with the customer. And those are, simple tools in leadership development that as an executive coach, we talk about all the time. That's active listening, great communication. I just went blank. I'm sorry. So communication. I had it all in my head. Isn't that what always happens?
It's Friday. It's Friday the 13th.
Friday. Yes. It's late Friday afternoon. Yeah. But it's being open-minded, being an active listener. It's amazing what you can learn from the customer as well to make your business even more better and more efficient and effective. They may have a complaint about something that you've got to make a decision right away, right? So you have to be a great decision maker and problem solver, but that decision could end up changing a process that's more effective and efficient in your business. I've seen that happen. And just the relationship is so important, because that relationship, if I have a good experience, whether it's shopping at one of my favorite stores, it's a favorite store. I go in there because I like shopping there. They provide a service that I really like. There's a lot of word of mouth recommendations, right, in business. Yeah. You have a hairstylist you like, and see my fashion and beauties coming out here, a dress shop you go to, or even if there's an e-commerce site that you love to shop on, if you have a good experience in the customer service, the quality of customer service is there, you'll tell your friends. And that customer, and truly you'll retain the customers as a business because you gain this loyalty and trust from them.
Exactly. I think exactly right, dead on there. Rich, talk about your experience in customer service. You got a lot of customer service experience in doing the manufacturing work that you did with hospitals and so on. Tell us about some experiences there.
Donna was right on some of the things she talked about: building relationships, communication, dealing with complaints. My experience is a little bit different from Donna's. We serviced 52 different hospitals throughout the Intermountain West, and we were a Class 2 FDA regulated organization, which meant that everything that we supplied our customers would be used in an invasive procedure. So it was absolutely imperative that our customer service, our quality, distribution, everything about that was spot on. And so, my responsibilities weren't just manufacturing. I was responsible, complete P&L for the entire operation across the Intermountain West, which included distribution, logistics, inventory, quality, manufacturing, engineering. So across the board, everybody has to be involved in customer service. There are so many steps to this that making sure that your employees know who your customers are, and it's important for them to understand that the products that they were putting out, they could have used the next day in surgery, or maybe a family member might be having a baby that day or whatever, and our products would be used. We are in 80% of every procedure across the Intermountain West, labor and delivery and surgical procedures. So we were out there quite a bit. So it was absolutely imperative that we were able to deal with these complaints as soon as possible, not shove them under the rug, but deal with them as soon as they come in. Be very proactive. Keep the clients updated on what you're doing. And here's the other thing I got to say is get off your backside, get out of your office, and go visit your customers face to face. And let them show you their facility. Let them show you how they're using your products. Let them teach you something about it. And that helps you help them build value in what you're doing for them. That's one of the things that's absolutely imperative. Everybody in my organization knew exactly what was going on. Every leader knew exactly what was going on with every customer and could talk to these customers. So we were able we had 100% customer retention from 2006 to 2019 when the organization was purchased by another company. But during that time, we knew that we were going to be able to continue to build trust with our customers. And in turn, we knew that our customers trusted us because we were there for them every step of the way.
It's an interesting thing if you think about it this way, that when you're working with a customer, you have a finite amount of time. And in that finite period of time, what you want to have happen is something special or unique, or something that's going to transcend just the transaction of what it is they're purchasing, whether it's the product or the service, even transcend the brand. And that's what it really is. How can this go beyond just this discussion into something that is more personal and there's a connection? And what I've watched with people that are really good at customer service, it doesn't take a long time to turn a bad communication that's going on with somebody else into a good one. They can almost move in magically, and within 30 to 60 seconds, all of a sudden what was going in the wrong direction, they have a way of backing it up, changing it up, putting it in a whole new direction. And within moments, when I've talked to customer service people that do this, I suddenly feel relaxed. I suddenly feel calm. I suddenly feel like it's going to be okay. That was one of the things that when I was running my own coaching company, I was the guy that everybody would go to and say, we got a problem here. I got somebody going over the top. Let's get something. You need to do something about it. I'd get on, I'd start talking to them. In a matter of moments, we'd start unwinding it. You could hear them calming down. You could hear them slowing down as they worked out the problem with you. That's the kind of thing that I think that can be kind of an elusive thing. Now, if that's kind of the aim of being able to create this transcendent exchange in a matter of a very limited period of time, here's the question we've got on the table before us. How do you, Mr., Miss Leader, create that kind of culture within your company so that your employees take it to your customers in such a way it starts with you, but it ends up with that transcending relationship between your employee and your customer? How do you do that?
Just from my experience, it's training. It's giving the customer service team members the proper training, the proper tools to understand the product or service that you're providing. Especially, Rich, I'm sure in the industry you were in, that is critical. You know, people have questions, you have to have the right answers. And if you don't, you need to find the right answer. And yeah. I mean, it's critical. I've worked in companies that, you know, thought that providing that information was not a priority. It needs to be, because at the end of the day, if that customer is not happy with the answer, right? That old saying, the customer is always right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he or she's not happy with the answer, they may leave you a bad review or tell someone, don't use that, don't use that, that service. Don't go to that store. You know, bad reviews are not a good thing.
And that's when you're basic, isn't it, Donna? I mean, that's just the basic. That's just basic. And so if they're not providing, if they don't get that's the basic that they've got to provide, they're not going to be able to take it to another place. And that other place, I think, is this. You can train your people in wonderful ways, great ways, that you know, cutting edge ways of training customer service people, right? You can have all that going on. However, if in your culture, the way you treat your employees doesn't match that training, what happens then? Rich, what happens then?
They don't believe it.
Right.
They don't believe they won't believe in the organization. They won't believe in the product. They won't care. To them, it'll just be, you know, 9 to 5 paycheck. I'm in, I'm out. And it needs to be more than that. It needs to be, you know, something that they understand the importance of, how important it is that we do this correctly, how important it is that we answer our customers, you know, and solve their issues quickly. One of the things that I did, and I firmly believe in this, is short interval control. And it can be used in a lot of different ways. But what we would do, every day at 8, 9 in the morning, every single manager in my organization, we would have a brief meeting based on the previous day's activities. And they would report in about, you know, what their numbers were. If we are, you know, did we short ship any customers? Were we on time? How was our quality? Did we have any complaints that come in? You know, and that's just part of it. We use what was called SKU dip. That's, you know, safety, quality, distribution, inventory, and production in that order. But that's, you know, but the point is this, is that every single manager would hear everything that was going on in everybody's department. And it was put onto a OneDrive, a spreadsheet, so everybody could see what was going on. That way, if someone wasn't there, or we dropped the ball somehow, someone else could pick it up and start running with it, regardless of what department they were in. And then they could disseminate that information out to their departments. That was critical. That was critical everyday communication, making sure everybody knew everything that was going on. And when we went out and visit customers, I would take different managers along with me. I don't care what department they were in. I would take them with me just so they could see what was going on with our products outside of the facility. You know, a lot of people just see the inside of the facility, a production line, or, you know, distribution, shipping, whatever, and don't really have an understanding how that product is used in the end. So there's so much to training and getting people involved in this customer service, because it really is not just down to your salespeople. It really isn't down to your account managers. It's down to everybody, top to bottom in that organization. And it should be a culture of quality, a culture that everybody is involved.
And so we've got 3 minutes left here. And you're both talking about the same thing. Let me just kind of focus it in. Every business wants one thing, and it's a simple thing, but they want a customer loyalty.
Yeah,
they want customer loyalty. That's what they really want. And so the focus is on customer loyalty. The question is, where does the loyalty begin?
It begins
Yeah, go ahead, Donna. Yeah.
It begins at the top. Because I think the one thing with customer service that people fail to really think about is that it really does start at the top of the organization, and allowing the team members. Oh, it doesn't matter if they're executives, middle management, entry level, to understand what customer centric is, and to realize that your employees are customers too. So I know that the success that I've had has always been to think like a customer, because many times you're the end user too. So I think it starts at the top, to understand who your customer is, why they come to you for help, or why they buy your product, and really listen to them and use those leadership skills that you learn along the way to understand who they are and to move it forward. Because if it doesn't start at the top, if the CEO doesn't understand who the customer is, how is the marketing manager going to understand who the customer is? How's the logistics manager going to understand who the customer is? How are they going to understand what customer service is if it doesn't start at the top?
No. And in a simple way of saying that, there's a lot of complexities, a lot of techniques on. I think one of the things that we could say is this: it's a very simple stand that you used to hear from people all the time. Very, very simple. And you still do hear this kind of sentiment in organizations that have a lot of emotional intelligence, that are smart, capable, high production, innovative. And it's just this one simple idea: I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
If the employees know that leadership has got their back, and the middle managers and all, they got their back, so that employee can take that confidence to the customer and say, I got your back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that, Rich? And I'm going to wind it up here.
Well, it's being, loyalty from a customer starts with your loyalty to them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're loyal to your customer and they see that with everything we've talked about, then they start becoming loyal to you. But it starts with you. It starts with, like Donna says, starts at the top. Starts with building that culture around customer-centric service. So when we talk about customer loyalty, it really is the opposite way around first. It doesn't start with your customer, it starts with you. If you're loyal to them, they become loyal to you.
Nicely said. Thank you. Thank you. Donna, thank you so much for being here with us today. Somebody wants to get a hold of you, this bright young woman, so full of energy and entrepreneurship. And
even on a Friday, right?
Yeah. How do they do that? How do they do it?
You can reach me at my email, which is on the bottom of the screen here, dtarantino@intelligent, or that's my website, dtarantino@intelligentleadershipec.com, or email me, or go on LinkedIn and send me a message.
All right, outstanding. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Appreciate it very much. Rich, take us home.
Once again, folks, we are at the end of another awesome podcast. Thank you, Donna, so much. We love having you on, and it's always an awesome conversation. We have a new product that you can go out there and leave us a live message. podinbox.com/Mainline Executive Coaching ACT. Go on there, leave us a message. We'll respond. If we like what you say, we're going to put you on our podcast. We'll air that live and let others hear what you say. So, again, go to Mainline Leaders, ACTILEC.com. Look us up, book some time, and remember, be safe. Happy Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. See, it's already turned out bad. Okay. Once again, thanks. Take care. Be safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you for joining us on today's show. With all of the issues impacting today's leaders, you need coaching more than ever. Go to our website, executiveleadersactilec.com. Book some time with us. We guarantee your success and that you will gain skills, talents, and knowledge that will last you a lifetime. This podcast was brought to you by Intelligent Leadership Executive Coaching, the world's top executive coaching brand. Once again, thank you for joining us. Have a great day and take care.